Welcome back, fellow shop rats. Today we're back on a truck called Wanda. We have brake issues. Surprise! We had to take a road trip the other day to the city to pick up a new freezer because our freezer went out. And just when we got to Lowe's, the pedal started getting real spongy. I topped off the brake fluid and used them minimally on the way home and looked while it was in the driveway and didn't see anything obvious. And the pedal was much, much better. I drove it all week and only had to top it off once. So we know we have probably just a very pinhole leak. My guess is one of the fittings that we put in is weeping. When we put it in, it was in the shop. It's been really cold outside, and it wouldn't surprise me that things just weren't quite tight enough. And well, and things shrunk and started weeping a little. And well, my truck gently weeps. All right, we're going to get into it. I'm Mike, and you're watching My Car Shop. So I just went in the truck and put pressure down on the pedal to see if I see a puddle from the pedal on the floor, and I don't see anything, so whatever it is pretty minor. So we're gonna do the right thing and scoot under there and just start checking fittings. My guess is it's the worst one, the one way up in here somewhere. That's going to be the worst one to get at. That'll be my luck. I hate to be negative Nancy, but anything that can go wrong will go wrong type stuff. So, all right, I'm going to get my fat butt under there and we'll see what we got. I don't see anything right there on the block, so those two are good. Maybe we got a bleeder that didn't tighten up quite enough. That's possible, so I got to crawl under there. But I wanted to start with that first. I don't see anything that looks like it's gently weeping there, so that's good. Everything over there looks good. Let's see if I can get a light up so you can see. I don't see any wet spots over there, so that's good. Let's bring you back this way. I don't see any wet spots on this one. That's good. And I look up there at that line, get you in there where you can see it. I don't see any wet spots. This is weird. Well, there's only one other one it could be, and if it's not any of that, that means we potentially have somewhere else that we have an issue. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to take your eyes off the prize there. Okay, let's go look at the front. I'm glad it's not that one. That's cool. By the way, you'll notice that I got some zip ties on there. The clip didn't feel like it was holding good, so just for blessed assurance, I put some zip ties to help hold that in place just to be safe. Well, I found it. It is, I think, the steel line where it goes into the rubber hose. We didn't replace that line, and it looks like that one has started leaking. There's only about very few lines left that we haven't replaced, but there you go on that. So this is not conducive really where I've got this to working on it. So I got to do a little rearranging here, move the powder coating oven back and make a little hole so I can get a jack under this and pick up the front end and etc. Get that wheel off and see what we're dealing with. Yay. Okay, well, it'd be nice. The bay lift is right there, but that bay lift is for past cars, not for trucks. The one I used to have was bigger, would lift this easily. This one, I've lifted the front of this truck before, but so the floor jack is under the rear end of the Oakland. So we're going to have to go over there and get it over here and get this jacked up. So give me 2.6 hours to get that done and I'll be right back. Well, here's the story. I thought I put hoses on this. I didn't. I think I put a hose on that side, but I must not have on this side. The line that goes into the hose is rotted. I'll just bring you over here. So yes, the line right there that goes into the hose is rotted. I think the thing that makes the most sense is to replace that line if I can from the block over there. If I can get you up there. Anyway, there's a block over there. and then replace this hose. I'll go see if I replaced the other one. Yep, I did. I did. I thought I did because I thought this was sticking on this side. Okay, well, I see I put a union in that line there. Maybe we'll do the same thing because the line looks really good up until it gets out to the end. And I'm concerned about trying to get that out of the block in there. It's been in there since 1988. So I'll see if I have another union. If not, we'll have to pick one up. And I'll see if I can get a hose ordered as well. I've gone through so many brake fittings here of late that my supply is dwindling. That's a union, but that's for bigger size. Yeah. Don't have one. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we do, right? Ooh, we lucked out. We got one. All right, let me call around and see if we can find... I can pick one up, no big deal, but it's nice to know that I have one, and I have plenty of nuts. So let me call around and see if we can find a hose, because my guts tell me just replace the hose while I'm there. Better close that, otherwise we'll have a disaster. Well, here we are, hose in hand. We ordered the hose yesterday, went last night to get it. It was the wrong hose. So I looked through the book with the guy and we found the right hose and we got it ordered. It just came in. I just ran up to get it. I got to get this done because I need to cut firewood, but I need the truck to move the trailer so that I can, yeah, it's just a long story. And it reminds me, well, another day older and deeper in debt, right? It reminds me of what Larry the Cable Guy said. I liked it. I believe sometimes you got to wreck the truck to get the insurance money so you can make the truck payment. Yeah, well, I didn't wreck the truck and I'm not getting any insurance money, but it's just, yeah, life sometimes is just, it's just that way. I don't know. I don't get it sometimes. I don't get it at all. So anyway, I got to get down here and figure out where I'm going to splice the line, get it cut off, get my line made, get everything flared, get the hose on, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. We're using the just a pneumatic cutoff wheel because it's hard to get in there to turn with a thing, you know. So we'll go back to about here, see how that works. Give her the old kinkaroni there. The problem I got is it cut it in 2 places instead of 1. It did. All right. Well, I can get it down here now. I can move it down gently to get the regular cutoff tool on it. So that'll be good. We just need to peel off that outer coating. So yeah, we'll get this out of here now. Yay. Can't say anything with a big fat head in the way anyway. So I'll be back. Well, I made the executive decision as I was looking at the condition of this line down here. It wasn't great. And I decided, all right, I'm going to see if I can get that loose without it becoming a major ordeal right up there at the block. And I was able to. So I really didn't want to take the time to do it up there, but you know, I was thinking, oh, I'll get this fixed real quick so I can use it, and then we'll get the we'll go back and replace this line in the spring. But I need to just do this now, and I got it loose, so just going to get a wrench and get it off of that block up there, and then we'll have to make a new line to come all the way back over to here. So yay. Lately it's just run from one thing to the next. My buddy Chris was here last weekend and we painted a little bench for a project that he and Colleen are doing, and I still haven't gotten things picked up from that. And now we're here doing this again, and before that it was something else, and before that it was something else, and it's always hurry up, rush, get the next thing done before you have to run and do the next thing. I'm hoping that this economy turns around so that life can settle down and get back to normal, because this has just been ridiculous. Okay, somewhere here I have a big roll of brake line. I just brought it over here. It's such utter chaos right now in here because of moving everything around, and nothing is in its place because the vehicles are shuffled around, and my level of anxiety and inability to cope, there it is just, yeah. And don't even start on me about, well, you know, that's not, you guys, my regulars, you know better. If this is your first time here, don't start in on me with that. We've got plenty of videos on the channel here about shop organization, and that's fine when life has opportunity and time for that. But I don't. You compound that by the fact that we're in the middle of the coldest part of the year going into it, and we're having to do firewood. Yeah, it's just, and we just came out of the holidays. This is, what is this, early January anyway, so I'm behind on videos I guess today's January 19th. We're behind on videos big time, so that adds stress. Yeah, just stuff. I'll get this set up here, get this flared. My little handle's missing. 40 years I've had that thing, and the little handle's missing. It's here somewhere. Let's just grab a screwdriver. Doing the double flare. What did I forget, guys? Almost did it, didn't I? Yep, almost did it. I can just hear some ashtray coming in here right now. Well, you know, if you kept the shop more organized, then yeah. This isn't the channel for you. Go away. I forgot to put the nut on. What's just got me aggravated, and this just shows you my mental state right now. I took out 3 nuts and a union because that's what I was going to do, and I set them down. I don't know where. I put them somewhere where they'd be very obvious. I'll find them. It's not the point. I do not know why I feel the obligation to be gracious and kind to people who are not gracious and kind. I guess it's a character flaw in me. I try to make my theme song Alice Cooper, no more Mr. Nice Guy, but somehow I still end up being that. All right, we're in good shape now. Let's fool around and fall in love here. Some of you guys pick up on the references I make to songs. I love seeing it in the comments. I'm constantly interjecting song lyrics, some very obscure, some very deep cuts, which a lot of you wouldn't get, but some of you get them. It's cool. All right, you don't need to sit here and watch me do this. I'm going to get this flared up, and then we'll get it shaped, and we'll get it flared on the other end, and we'll get the hose in. Here's a pro tip for you. When you put a nut on, and you're going to have straight bits of line temporarily, just throw some tape on there to keep the nut from going walkabout. It doesn't have to be taped well, but that way it won't all the way down to the... I've actually done that where I flared it on a piece of straight line, and then I wasn't paying attention. I flared the other end with the nut on and got back, and this nut had fallen off, and I didn't notice it. So, okay, our old line was laying right here. Still is. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we're coming back about like so. I'm going to kink a little there, like so. We need a 90 there. And then a 90 there. And then it'll do some twisty, twisty, wisty, wisty stuff. And then it comes out to about in here somewhere. So I think what I want to do is kind of get it roughed in place on the vehicle. I'll cut it off about probably here. Let me go grab the other end that I took off. Oh, it's still on the truck. Let me go look at that real quick and determine how much more I'm going to need. We'll add a little extra, and then we'll get this put in, and then we'll flare this after we're sure we have it in the right position. There we go. Just got to cut a 1/2 inch off of this, then we can flare it. And I found my nuts. I laid them on the floor over there. So absent-minded because my head is always on 10 other things than what I'm currently working on. And I suppose the way my luck has been lately, my microphones keep quitting, so I figured I better check that too. All right, anyway. And I also wanted to mention the tape thing. So once I got this line bent, the tape didn't matter. But I've had that happen as well, where you flare it, and the nut slips way down, you weren't paying attention, then you start doing your bends, and you go, fudge. The nut's way down here, and you got to straighten it all back out to get it up here, or else cut it off and reflare it. So anyway, little tips. Oh, lather, rinse, and repeat. I have to remember that I used to do this stuff every day professionally when I worked in independent shops. I had my own repair shop, and I worked in dealerships. I worked in a couple different dealerships. And the stuff that I just don't even think anything about, a lot of people don't know. That's part of the reason for doing the channel. You know, and I'm talking as a wrench. I'm not talking about body shops. Yes, I work in body shops also. But I'm just talking about as a certified mechanic, which I think I still have a couple certifications left. I haven't, well, maybe they're all expired now, but I was certified for years and years and years. And since I haven't wrenched professionally in a long time, I haven't bothered to maintain all of that. But even through my years as an engineer, I did maintain those certifications. Okay, that looks good. Get this in there, lather, rinse, repeat. I got my nut on there, just double checking. So I wanted to mention a lot of this, the chaos in the shop here has been because of the scramble. You know, I had, if you watched the episodes a while ago, I had everything, I was working on the Duster, had things going good there, and then I had shuffled the cars around, put the 47 out, brought the Oakland in, had moved the Challenger way up out here and was ready to start working on the trunk floor when we had the first brake problem on this, where the rear brake hose blew. That was a couple of weeks ago. And since then, I'm telling you, it's been one of those shows, if you know what I'm saying. So, life is like that. I don't care how organized you are. If you're going to get stuff done and do the amount of stuff that I do, it's going to get, you know, and I admit it, I'm not Susie Homemaker, as my mother used to say. She used to say that about herself, not me. But we'll get there. We have the tools and the mindset to get there, which is way better than it used to be for me, because I would get so overwhelmed I wouldn't know what to do with it. Now I'm just ticked because I'm struggling to find stuff, because everything is things are still where they were. It's just everything else in the shop is in such different positions and things that it's mentally hard. Okay, we have a line. That's actually a pretty respectable looking line. So let's go. We got to blow the hose out of the caliper, put the new hose in, get this line in, bleed the brakes in. We're winner, chicken dinner. Woohoo! Shout out to Bad Tree Productions and Just Mopar Joe. A couple of good YouTube channels. Go check them out. Oh yeah, I have a Just Mopar Joe shirt on under here too. Just saying. There we go. We got our new hose in. The clip here was rotted. As soon as I touched it, it fell apart, but I had another one. So now we just got to string our line from the block over there, back over here, snug this down a little bit more here, and then get the brakes bled, and we should be good to go. Looks like we got some I guess not. There's some dirt over there, but I don't think it's in because I had the line in there, so I don't think there was any dirt inside. But we'll check for sure. We'll see. There we go. Fitting good. Got a little bit of tugging to do there. It's just a little bit off, but it should go in. Yep, there she goes. Okay, good. So we'll get that tightened down, and then we'll get the bleeder opened up, and good to go. Line fits along there nicely. Just a couple little minor tweaks I'm going to have to do, but overall, it pretty much fits where the other one did. So, all right, we're getting there. There we go. All plumbed up. Line is rutted pretty good. Just got to bend it down under the spring a little bit here, just so we're not chafing. That's good. Bleeder's open, so we'll get our pressure bleeder on there now and get this Blake bread. Yeah, we'll get the air out. And from there, shouldn't have to bleed anything else. I hope. Okay, here we go. Turn this up a little bit. It'll take a little bit to get her going. This thing doesn't work the best, but okay, there we go. We should see some fluid start coming out of here soon. It's a lot of air to move out of there because of that line, so. Okay, it's going to be a while on that. Okay, for some reason, it's not doing a very good job today, so I'm going to go get Becky and get her to pump the pedal, and we'll get it bled out. I'll be back. Don't go away. Okay. Go ahead and pump them up. Holding. Again.
All the way to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, holding.
Again.
1, 2, 3, holding.
We feel like we're making any progress?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
It's getting hard to push on it.
Okay. Again.
1, 2, 3, holding.
Not seeing any air. Okay.
That one went down easier.
Oh, I opened it up harder.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and let her sit for a second. Let me check the fluid. It's possible I had most of it out. Say again?
It's much different than the last time you had me do it.
Okay.
There's a lot more resistance.
Give her a stab, just single. Oh yeah, looks good. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I can hear the back brakes probably need to be adjusted again, but if the pedal's that high, I'm not going to worry about it. So you're not going to get that way.
Okay. I didn't think so, but
Oh, can you do one more thing? Can you put pressure on it so I can check the lines, make sure I don't have a leak? Just.
in it again?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't think of that. Okay, go ahead. Just hold it. That was an ordeal. Alrighty. Let's get this thing out of here. Whew. I'm gonna go shut the heat off. Well, there we go. I have replaced all the lines on the rear axle, both rear wheel cylinders, the line from the proportioning valve back to the wheel cylinders. I have replaced the line on the driver's side, front axle, and the hose, and the caliper. I have replaced the caliper and the hose on the passenger side and repaired part of the line over there. The only thing we haven't replaced on that are the two lines from the master to the proportioning valve and the line from the proportioning valve to the front axle into that hose. So I will guarantee we will be back fixing something in those few little bits that haven't been replaced. But I'm okay with that. I could have made a huge project out of it and just gone ahead and replaced all the lines. As inconvenient as this has been, that would have been more inconvenient because it would have tied the shop up. I wouldn't have gotten moved further forward on other projects. And so I'm okay with taking little bites out of this until it's all done. Besides that, cost-wise, I needed to spread it out. So there's that also. So there's always a method to my madness. I was commenting to Becky that one of the things that irritates the crap out of me is so many of these Chinesium parts that we get. You like the bleeders, they are not 10 millimeter, they're not 3/8, they're not 9 millimeter. They're somewhere in the no man's land of I have no idea what size they are. Drives me crazy. A caliper on the right side on that truck, brand new, had a heck of a time getting the bleeder loose. Just because, yeah, nothing is a standard size anymore. They do it to just save a half a mil a penny, and it just, I need to just replace that bleeder with a good standard size bleeder and be done. But enough of my complaining. This has been a real crabby video. I know it. Not in the greatest of mood. It's bitter cold out. I still got to go cut wood, and there's just stuff. So anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We will catch you on the next one. Don't forget, it's important. Wow.